Summer streets and the pavements are burning. I sit around, trying to smile, but the air is so heavy and dry. It's a cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer. Now you're gone.
It's happening! Hello everyone, welcome to NeoUnrealist. Notorious Dem Pedo, Jeffrey Epstein, has been arrested on sex trafficking charges by the federal government, the Southern District of New York specifically. They nabbed this perv when he landed at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey on a flight originating in France over in Europe. They grabbed him on Saturday. Now it makes you sick to your stomach when you realize that this guy has been traipsing around all around the world, despite the hundreds, if not thousands, of young girls victimized by him over a span of years and years. Now, already he'd gotten off before in one hell of a sweetheart deal given to him whereby he did virtually no real jail time. I mean, he was allowed to go home during the day, if you can believe this insanity, and he'd report to the jail at night to sleep in a room in an isolation ward. So in the morning, he'd head back home to his mansion in South Florida. It was a grotesque perversion of justice that this fiend dodged any real punishment for his vile crimes. And the fact that the man who presided over the granting of that gross deal, the odious presence of Secretary Acosta in Trump's cabinet, it's an abomination. Now, I don't hold it against Trump that he was once chummy with Epstein, a man who now is known to have been a monster and seems to have fooled many prior to the revelation of his proclivities, but what I do hold Trump responsible for, and it's definitely in his power, is maintaining that that man in any position of responsibility in his government. Acosta has to go. I mean, so great is the stench about him as a result of his involvement with the Epstein case's previous disposition. So, why this man, in all likelihood, is looking glum, this particular individual, as if his sphincter shriveled up to the point where you couldn't get a hair follicle up there. I mean, check out the red highlighted box in this clipping from the Epstein indictment. I mean, keep in mind, Epstein is now charged with trafficking and conspiracy to traffic. So, to boil it down, providing girls for other people. So, look at how the discs found in the locked safe in his personal residence. I mean, how did they not discover that the last time? Well, they did not serve search warrants the last time they went after him? The format that they're talking about in this indictment is young blank, they would have the name of the girl there, presumably the young girl who was on the disc, plus name. Presumably the name of the person that the young girl was with in the footage on the disc. So, did the feds locate the trove of blackmail or insurance that Epstein maintained of the powerful people for whom he procured young girls for the purposes of sex? I mean, does it strain credulity to wonder if maybe someone like former President Bill Clinton, who we know flew on Epstein's infamous private plane nicknamed the Lolita Express over 20 times and stayed as a guest on Epstein's private island in the Caribbean, sometimes referred to as Pedo Island back then, on multiple occasions, that he might be one of the so far unnamed persons on the discs found in the Epstein safe? We can only wonder at this point. Now, it's often been speculated that Epstein got the kid gloves treatment because so many powerful political and celebrity luminaries were implicated by Epstein that to go after him risked bringing many of them down. Remember, this was the pre-hashtag Me Too era when the left was in full-on defense mode of their more lecherous favorites like Bill Clinton and Harvey Weinstein, in spite of evidence beyond mere accusations. Now, in Bill's case, quite literally leaving a physical evidence behind in his most notorious episode. Let's not forget a certain preserved blue dress. But back on topic, though, I've often thought that the only way that Epstein got that incredible plea agreement and was able to walk around for so long without consequences was the knowledge that if they, like I said, if they went after him to do serious jail time, he'd play his card of just who it was he was providing the young women to. I mean, after all, here is one of Epstein's inner circle, Ghislaine Maxwell, seen here as a guest at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. Now recall, Chelsea got married in 2010, long after Ghislaine Maxwell's purported involvement with Epstein was revealed. And although her role wasn't clear and Ghislaine denies any knowledge, I mean, the denials just don't remotely pass the smell test. Remember, Epstein was accused in 2006, and he went to quote-unquote jail, his version of it, in 2008. So what business does a probable fixer or procurer of girls for an admitted abuser of underage girls have it at a Clinton wedding in 2010? Ghislaine Maxwell, she'd been named by witnesses as having been present when Epstein would have underage girls flown in to meet him or one of his guests. I mean, for what purpose did Ghislaine think that Epstein was flying hundreds of girls all around the East Coast and the Caribbean, girls that he had no blood relation to or professional reason to have around? I mean, how did she explain their presence? I mean, so this is old territory now. But the bottom line is that federal prosecutors, they have those discs, and reporting is indicating that Epstein's lawyers have already made a proffer to name names as long as he gets no more than 5 years prison time at sentencing. You know, that would be horrible. Can you imagine getting off with another sweetheart deal again? Now, if they have anyone on those discs, it's probably bad enough for those people just to be on the disc. But if Epstein were to roll over and validate them as a cooperating witness and identify the girls as underage in an attempt to shave some time off his sentence when clearly they have him dead to rights, oh boy, as Nancy Pelosi's daughter Christine said in a tweet, it's likely that some of our faves are implicated. That's all for this NeoUnrealist. Do me a favor. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, set it to all if you want YouTube to let you know when a new video drops. Now, if you want to toss your hard-earned dollars, your shekels, your pesos at the channel, follow the links below to places like Subscribestar, PayPal, or if you're one of the diehards who haven't flown the coop, you're not a refugee from there, I think Patreon still works. So, in any event, thanks for watching.